question.
Well, so President Trump is looking to have a trial. He's going in today to be arrested, I guess. He's
I don't think he's looking to have a trial.
Well, no, he's going to have a trial, and but the judge has put some restrictions on his social media use during this trial. That is Fulton County Superior Judge Scott McAfee, and he's banning Trump from contacting co-defendants or witnesses in the case, except through their attorneys, and other restrictions. Why, and is that fair, and what does it mean?
Yeah, the contacting other represented parties through their attorneys, that's pretty standard. That's not anything beyond the pale. Once you have a party to any litigation, it's more stringent. On the opposite side, for prosecution, you can't contact the defendant. You have to contact them through their attorneys. And the judge seems to be applying that to these people because he knows them all personally. But the judge has put limitations there. It will come either in the form of a court order interim between the arraignment, which is the initial appearance, and the trial date, or even a bond condition, a condition of its bond. So I don't know which manner that the judge employed in this instance. Most likely, it's a pretrial condition. The consequences for running afoul of it would be, at best, a contempt of court charge, not anything beyond that, which usually would be a fine or a couple days in jail for the most aggrieved judges.
So it also says that he's banned from intimidating co-defendants or witnesses in the case. Now, with Donald Trump and social media, that's kind of a sliding scale, or he takes it to a new level. What is his penalty if the judge decides he has violated that?
Right. If there's a contempt of court, it more than likely would be limited to a fine. If that is what happens. But if I was his attorney, I would require the court to define the parameters of that. What do you mean intimidating? If he posts something about the case, could that be construed subjectively as intimidating, or is you trying to say he can't post about the case at all, which I don't think the judge did, because that would be a First Amendment breach. They can talk about their own cases all they want. If the judge imposes conditions, however, the penalties would be a contempt of court at most.
So I kind of misunderstood a little bit. I thought the judge was telling President Trump that he could not post on social media about the case, as well as...
Are we talking about the Georgia case?
Yes.
Right. Which case and which judge?
Right, that's what I'm asking. Which one?
So he is able, if he wants to say post on social media after a day in court, well, the judge is a bozo and got it all wrong, that's still allowed First Amendment freedoms.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Right.
I would not advise.
But you wouldn't be surprised either, would you?
Social fingering, but but yes, it seems so far that the admonishments are against communicating in a manner that would be viewed as an intimidation toward other co-defendants or potential witnesses in the case.
What are the chances Trump just thinks, I don't care, I'll pay the fine, it's just a fine. Let's go. Type.
I would not be surprised about that either. There's nothing that would surprise me about this entire scenario.
We'll see. But you do have a wide latitude, seems to me, and I think that so far the judges have shown that they are willing to go along with a wide latitude that people have, including President Trump, to speak out about the court case, okay? Because after so anyway, it would have to be a really egregious, seems to me, direct threat to a judge or to a prosecutor or to one of the other witnesses by President Trump on social media to really get him in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the judges understand the magnitude of these cases and that America is watching, and a lot of people already feel like this is political persecution, and so they don't want to. This would be my feeling. They know that it's kind of up to them to not put more
gas in the
gas. Thank you. Because gas is very expensive today. And if you're trying to put that on the fire, you're talking $4 a gallon in a lot of places. So
here's the question.
The other thing I just want to say in this regard, the reason why that you probably have less, I would say, firmly articulated admonishments from the court is because they're separate crimes. It would be an additional crime if there is evidence
Oh, really?
of witness intimidation or, bringing undue influence on a co-defendant, getting them to think they're separate crimes, not just admonishments from the judge, particularly in this case.
Intimidation of a witness. You mean like if President Trump?
you got a real nice family there.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
It's up to half.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that would be a separate crime.
Okay.
All right, one other question. Go ahead, Steve, then I'll ask my question.
I'm sorry, just quickly, do you think, Abe, that all of these cases were brought timing-wise to keep him occupied so he can't campaign?
Does that answer your question, Steve?
Maybe it does.
Okay, should I repeat it for you? Go to quote, Abe?
I can.
Go ahead, Abe.
You can put that in the AFN
Okay.
story. Yes, I do. And I don't think to keep him from campaigning, but I do think that there was an intentional effort afoot to have this to be a central notion within the same time period that the campaign is going on.
No.
Yeah, just kidding.
Abe, Ray, you got a question for Abe?
Yeah, okay, so today he's gonna go, they're gonna, I don't know, what is it? Well, okay, first of all, let me just start there. What exactly is gonna happen to President Trump today at the courthouse there in Atlanta?
They're going to process him on the charges, so he is going to appear at the jail first. That's going to happen.
Okay,
And the jail and the courtroom are adjacent to one another, so it's not like he has to travel from one place to 25 miles elsewhere. But they're adjacent to one another. He's going to have a mugshot. Like
They all have. Jenna had one yesterday. Jenna Ellis. She was smiling.
She's
a happy
The Tom DeLay.
I feel that for her this morning.
Yeah, for Jenna.
Yeah, for her to go today. So
Well, she
same
did
thing
that
with Jenna
yesterday,
is going to happen with President Trump today. And then he'll be released immediately after.
Then the trial date. Does the judge set a trial date?
Yes.
So has that been announced yet?
Not to my knowledge. Not.
Okay, but the prosecutor, what's her name then in Fulton County?
Fantastic Willis.
She sets it. She asked for a date.
Yeah.
But the judge decides ultimately,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the judge ultimately decides that he or she, I don't know who the judge is, will confer with the attorneys and the parties to try to work calendars to make sure it fits with everybody's schedule. But the judge ultimately decides the trial date.
How in the world is? President Trump's got 4 of these, right?
Mm-hmm. And one, I believe, is already set to start in January 24th.
Which one is that?
Which one?
Is that the documents?
I think it's the Mar-a-Lago documents case.
Let me ask you this. I noticed that maybe if you don't want to comment on this or don't know about it, feel free to tell us what your sermon's on Sunday. But I noticed that one of the defendants in the Mar-a-Lago obstruction of justice charge changed his story. Do y'all know what I'm talking about here?
Oh yeah, he had
He changed his lawyers.
changed his lawyers, and lawyers came and told him to
You
say
need to change your story.
right. He recanted his. I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about here, Abe? You don't know?
No,
Okay, never mind then. Forget it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Go ahead, describe it.
Well, these people were interviewed already by, I guess,
The Mar-a-Lago situation with the
is it
documents.
the FBI?
Yeah.
This federal case, okay.
Yeah.
So they were interviewed, and apparently, I don't even know who the person is myself, but apparently the person was saying he doesn't know if it's a he. And then with the new attorney, he was advised to change and be more cooperative in terms of his testimony, which the stories I read made it seem like he was flipping to now be part of the prosecution's case. And from this, I guess, kind of the speculation about what this is going to be about is about what President Trump told him to do
Okay.
in trying to, the way the prosecutors would put it, hide documents or boxes.
Yeah.
I hope
Anyway,
that-
it happened 2 or 3 days ago. You can read about
His
it.
name is Yuskel Taveras. He's the director of information technology at Mar-a-Lago.
At Mar-a-Lago. Okay.
And he changed his testimony last month about the efforts to delete security camera videos at the club after he changed lawyers. A lawyer paid for by Trump Save America PAC to a public defender.
Well, yeah, and what it sounds like is, and I'm not saying, I'm not passing guilt here. I'm just saying, to your point, Ed, it sounds like the guy was going to help Trump cover up for Trump, and then another lawyer, he changed lawyers, and the lawyer said, "You better not do that, because if you're lying about this, they know about it, and you're going to go to jail for a long time." And he said, "Whoops, I don't want to do that." That's what it sounds like.
Right.
Am I right?
Yeah, no, that's the impression I got from the story, but
From the
now that's
story.
the way the media was
Right,
covering it.
right. So, what is a? I'm just curious to not on this specific case, but your experience in law enforcement in the DA, district attorney's offices in Houston and New Orleans. What exactly would be the definition of quote flipping a witness?
Yeah, flipping a witness usually is a person who is a co-defendant in a case. And in the course of the prosecution or the investigation, the prosecution is able to successfully offer one of the defendants an offer in exchange for them testifying on behalf of the prosecution against the former co-defendant. So the flipping of the witness would be, which previously was an adverse party, they become a portion of the prosecutorial team in exchange for a deal that they've arrived at.
Well, so if you're the defense attorney or the defense team for President Trump, you say, well, the prosecution threatened this person with prison because this guy's already had an interview with the FBI and apparently said, I don't know what you're talking about, or whatever. Now, if you're a defense attorney, you're going to question this guy and say, well, they threatened you with prison, so you've changed your story, but how do we know the original story wasn't the right one? You're just afraid to wind up in prison.
Those are the issues that we tease out at trial. One of the things, if we ever flip a witness, we have to disclose any deals that we enter into with any witnesses to the defense to do exactly what you just did. The Constitution provides a right for any charged party to confront witnesses against them. That includes the necessity of turning over any deals that have been reached in order to secure testimony.
Look, you just tell the truth. That's what you just tell the truth. You tell the truth in court about what happened, and that's your best way to avoid going to prison for perjury.
Yeah, but he should have told the truth when he was interviewed by the FBI, because that's under oath, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, I have done that in many cases. I've had cases where I'm trying to prosecute a murderous drug dealer, where I get a lower level drug dealer who worked for the drug dealer. I was like, listen, you're going to take the fall for this guy? This is who we want.
Right, right.
That's who we want. I'm telling you, this is who we want.
Who's the big fish?
Now, you can play around if you want, and I'll lock you up if you don't.
Right.
You know, I don't have any problem with it, but this is who I really want.
I've
you
watched
talk
Law
to your
and Order.
lawyer, you talk to your attorney. Y'all
What'd you say?
I watched Law and Order.
and I just said, you talk to your attorney, you decide what y'all want to do.
It seems to me that in a criminal trial, that would be one thing. You've got evidence and everything. This is a civil trial.
It's a criminal trial.
But still,
It's a criminal trial.
it doesn't seem to me that if you got a guy.
Hold on a second. Just to clarify, which
Yeah.
one of these trials are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I'm talking about the Mar-a-Lago trial where they flipped a witness.
So let's be clear, all of these cases are criminal.
Yeah.
The
and I'm
only
just-
case that was not criminal is the one with the lady in New York, to where she's suing for defamation.
Yeah.
Yes.
But isn't it possible that they just are grabbing this guy is going to change his testimony? How do you know he's telling the truth now as opposed to before?
And these are questions that will be presented to the jury. You know, when I, as a prosecutor, before I would ever flip any witness, always evaluate whether or not I would be able to overcome that obstacle. You know, can I look a jury square in the eye and say, listen, here's the reality. Yes, that I'm going to put before you a drug deal. The reason why I'm putting a drug dealer before you is because drug dealers normally hang out with worse drug dealers. You know, to be able to communicate that.
But I don't think people typically flip from the truth to a lie. Not, huh?
Well, if they don't,
I believe I'll
risk
flip.
it.
I was telling the truth the first time, but I think I'm going to lie this time, and I'm going to go that route. And take
If you're coming
yeah.
pro-Trump and you're going now to testify against Trump, when you think that the deck is stacked against Trump and you have a better chance of avoiding,
You tell the truth.
I know that's what you're supposed to do.
And that's what you're supposed to do. Any enterprising defense attorney, I would take the opposite view. What you have is a person who is so self-indulged, self-consumed, self-absorbed. Whatever the circumstances present themselves to him at the moment, his commitment to truth is always up for sale.
Well, listen, there's a lot. Here's a
So
lot
you
of things.
can't. So my goal is to just nullify his testimony at all. To say you can't believe a thing that this guy says.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of in these kinds of cases too. Although the prosecution does have to lay out evidence, maybe there's a lot of things maybe that you don't know how much they have, right? Exactly. Or do you always know?
No, you have a right. In the criminal trial, the defendant has a right to know every stitch of evidence that the prosecution is going to present before them.
Well, then that makes you think that this guy who flipped, evidence was presented to him by his lawyer to say, they've caught you in a lie. You sure you don't want to change your story? Or else you're going to prison. You may be going to prison for perjury for a long time. And he said, I don't want that to happen. That's what this looks like.
Yep.
Huh? Am I right? We all agree on that?
I do, yes.
Yeah, whether he's telling the truth this time versus last time, who knows? But we'll have to see. But anyway, I just wanted to know the process in the court. But Ed's watched a lot of Law and Order. And
That's right. So
I don't know if we needed Abe. Hey, Ray, you still there?
I am still here. I'm working on Abe's sermon.
That was a good one. Good one, Ray.
I got some ideas for you.
email
Okay.
that over when you get a chance.
Oh, my word. Okay. Well, thank you, Abe.
Thank you. Bring,
Right.
send it to me in the cloud.
You got it, brother.
Okay, thanks to Ray and to Ed and Steve. Thanks to, let's see, Fred. Was Chris even on today?
He wasn't. Sandy Rio. Chris stayed up late.
Sonny Sandy was on.
Chris covered the debate
Oh,
last week.
Chris, whatever. I stayed up late and got up
Yeah,
early this
I know.
morning. I'm here.
And getting a sermon ready for Sunday.
Come on, Chris.
That's right. Come on.
All right. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for Trivia Friday.
Let's be real, retirement is expensive, and inflation is making it even harder with the cost of everything going up from pet food to a dozen eggs. Wouldn't it be great if the cost of your health care could go down? Well, Medishare 65 Plus is $99 a month for ages 65 to 74. And for many with Medicare Parts A and B looking at other options, that's 50% or more saved per month. No gimmicks. It's $99 a month, and you can use any Medicare-approved doctor or facility, and you get 24/7 access to telehealth from the convenience of your home. Better yet, Medishare is a Christian nonprofit organization. It's a community that'll pray for you and encourage you. And since we've cut out the middleman, you get to keep the savings. Call now. You can learn more about Medishare 65 Plus. Here's the number, 833-45-BIBLE. That's 833-45-BIBLE, 833-45-BIBLE.
And my father, your great-grandfather, fought in World War II.
Really?
He was a gunner on the big ship out in the Pacific Ocean.
Wow.
Your great-grandmother did her part, too.
Was she on a ship?
Oh, no. She stayed back home. She and a lot of her friends worked really hard in a factory because the men had gone off to war. And they held scrap metal drives to help in the war effort. The folks back home were heroes, too.
Here at the American Family Association, we consider you the heroes back home. As you fulfill your responsibility of caring for your family day to day, your partnership with us is crucial as we fight the enemies of freedom in America. Thank you for your commitment to the American Family Association.
Grandpa, What's a scrap metal drive?
Let's get some cookies, and I'll tell you all about it.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had numerous credit cards and I was struggling with paying them off.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-788-1813 to talk to a certified counselor.
I had heard about Trinity, so I made the call. They took care of all of my credit cards and now I am completely debt-free.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over